In response to my incredibly well performed video on the new Irish speed limit restrictions that will be put in place this week, I've decided to make a video to ensure that you're able to drive in a safe and efficient way. So in today's video, I will show you how to drive properly. First things first, your car. This isn't just a box on wheels, it's a machine with quirks and features. Know how to use your wipers, your lights, your gears, the navigation, radio, climate control, seat adjustments, etc. And for the love of all that is holy, learn how to use your indicators. They're not optional, folks, and poor use can lead to serious accidents and decades worth of embarrassing memes if you own a BMW. You have literally passed your test. You should know all of this, yet not everyone does. Driving in Ireland means understanding our unique road rules. Yes, we drive on the left. No, you can't go full fast and furious in a roundabout. And yes, our roads are narrower than a politician's promise, so stay in your lane. Keeping up to date on rules to ensure that you are not violating any laws and not landing yourself into any serious danger is essential, as it allows you to make the right decision while driving. While observing the comments and ignoring the far-righters blaming it on migrants for everything wrong with the world, I came across some valid points. I've also personally experienced this many times. People driving well below the speed limit causing traffic build-ups and risking overtaking manoeuvres. Some commenters argue that the speed limit is a maximum, not a requirement, but personally, I think that's nonsense. As most instructors will tell you, if the speed limit is 80, you should aim to drive at 80, because this is the fastest and safest way to travel on the road, and in most cases no one will feel the need to overtake you. Of course, if you're behind someone, you might end up going slightly slower, but not so much that it forces you to risk an overtake into oncoming traffic. Keeping your car between the lines is easy, but somehow quite a lot of people still fail to do this. Parking is easier said than done at times, I will admit that, but once you are able to master it, it's very straightforward. If you don't want your car to be hit by other parkers, park your car as far away from other vehicles as possible. This is also a perfect opportunity to help you practice parking. Learn all of your car's blind spots, check your mirrors, and learn how to enter a parking space forwards or reverse into it to make you look and feel more cool. The lads at Cars and Coffee will think you're unreal. Okay, this might sound extreme, but Irish roads are unpredictable, no two ways about it. Drivers can be just as unpredictable, and how they behave and how they have looked after the vehicle is another story. You need to stay alert, expect the unexpected, and always assume the other driver has no clue what they're doing. The unpredictability isn't just limited to rural back roads. Even on major routes like motorways and the M50, you'll encounter sudden lane changes, drivers who don't use their indicator, and those who treat the speed limit as either a vague suggestion, or people who think it is okay to sit on the right lane when there's no traffic on the left lane, but there's a queue on the right. It's an overtaking lane, and you're not overtaking. The left lane is completely clear. The M50 in particular is infamous for its congestion, last minute exits, and people who think merging at 60 km/h is acceptable. Whether you're navigating winding country roads or high-speed motorways, defensive driving is key to staying safe. Be determined, decisive, and aware. Touchscreens in cars I hear are no more annoying than ever. While they might look futuristic, they often make simpler tasks like adjusting the climate controls or changing the radio station way more distracting than it should be. Instead of a quick button press, you're now forced to navigate through multiple menus, taking your eyes off the road for far too long. And it's not just touchscreens, phones, in-car notifications, and even passengers can be a major distraction. The best thing you can do is minimize unnecessary interactions while driving. If something requires more than a second of your attention, pull over safely before dealing with it. This technically isn't about driving itself, but vehicle maintenance is far more important than many people realize. Your car's service interval isn't just a suggestion, it's a crucial reminder. Sticking to the recommended service schedule is essential, not just for your car's longevity, but also for its resale value. Ignoring routine maintenance can lead to costly repairs down the line, and even compromising safety. Make sure any major services have been completed on time, ensuring things like timing belts, brake checks, and fluid changes are up to code. And let's talk about cleanliness, because honestly, people in this country don't wash their cars nearly enough. Yes, I get it, winter makes it a nightmare, but at the very least, keep your windows clean and make sure your wipers are working properly without leaving streaks. You'd be surprised how much clearer your visibility becomes, how much better your car feels to drive, and how much more enjoyable it is inside a well-maintained, clean vehicle. A little effort goes a long way. And make sure your vehicle is having OEM parts fitted to it and your mechanic hasn't cheaped out on you. And you may not like the sound of this, but don't justify a cheap service at the expense of those awfully expensive and awfully ugly 40 number plates. Such a painfully overlooked area, and ultimately an important one. Tyres are the only place where your car is making contact with the road. Hopefully. We've recently seen a rise of cheap, knockoff rubber rubbish that has just passed the requirements of tyre regulations. Investing in better quality branded tyres suited for your car's needs are very important. Keeping them up to manufacturer's recommended as well means you will be pumping your tyres more often, but at least they'll be at their best and safest setting. You'll also improve efficiency and save fuel, and it's a good opportunity to spot a slow puncture. Does this really need an explanation? Get off your fucking phone. I have seen everyone using it, and it has been a major pet peeve of mine. It is not only incredibly dangerous, but incredibly illegal. So repeat after me, get off your fucking phone. That girl is not going to text you back. You might as well just throw it in the glove box and check it when you get home. Installing a dashcam is one of the smartest things you can do as a driver. It provides clear, unbiased footage in case of an accident, helping to provide fault and protect you from false claims. If you witness reckless or dangerous driving, you can share the footage with the Gardaí, especially if it involves serious offences like running red lights, excessive speeding, or dangerous overtaking. However, if reporting doesn't seem worthwhile or the authorities aren't likely to take action, but the driving is still appallingly bad, you can always have the option to post it on r/Ireland's shite drivers, because sometimes public shame is the only way people will realise how ridiculous their driving is. Driving isn't just about passing a test. Just because you pass the test doesn't mean you completed driving. It's a skill that requires more practice after your test. Whether in real life or even virtually, racing games won't make you a rally driver, but they will teach you about car controls, so go and practice. Racing sims are very good these days, so basic car and throttle controls can be learned quickly while having fun. An honourable mention are the driving experiences that you can do at Rally School Ireland and Mondello Park. They'll allow you to drive fast cars, learn top rally, or drift without endangering others on public roads. Not to mention, Mondello hosts track days every few weeks. So there you have it, a quick guide to not be that driver in Ireland. Be smart, be safe, and above all, drive like someone's granny is watching. Now get out there and hit the road responsibly. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, share and subscribe. Share it with your friends and keep the good work going out. Thanks again for the previous video success. I was blown away by it. It's one of my most successful videos in years. But hopefully we can keep this trend going. And finally, thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all very soon.